Okay.
You gonna say it?
No, you did it.
I did. I have to say it.
You got to pluck them first.
They ain't going nowhere. Hey guys, welcome to the Funhouse. Just a little quick short introduction on how to do carpet. This floor had carpet down, but it wasn't down properly. I tore it out and I'm putting down the tack strip, which is this stuff. You can see it's got some little black nails already in it, and it's got some tinier nails that are facing tilted in a certain direction. All you really do to install this is put it down with the nails facing the wall. Rule of thumb is roughly the thickness of the carpet. So if you got a 3/8 shag carpet, you're supposed to put it about 3/8 from the wall. The closer the better, because you're going to be stretching the carpet onto it. But I spaced it out where I spaced it so I have room to tuck it, cut it, things like that. That's just my preference, but close to the wall. Not against the wall, but close to it. And you just lay it down and drive in those black nails. If you tearing up existing carpet and it has tack strip down and the tack strip's in good shape, you can reuse it. You do not have to tear it up and replace it with new. But if somebody beat it with a hammer and flattened all the tacks, then you do. Stay away from the door so that when people cut the corner to walk in and out the door, they don't step on tacks. And that's pretty much all you need to know for the tack strip. So the floor has been vacuumed, even though it doesn't look it, and cleaned. The tack strip is installed. Next step is to do the padding, which is both easy and difficult. Easy because it's light, difficult because it doesn't like to cut. I'll show you. So routine spacing calls for a 1/4 inch gap between the edge of the foam and your tack strip. I'm always tempted to do more so that the carpet will cooperate more, and I'll push it down into the tack strip easier, but you wind up with what looks like a 2-inch trench around the perimeter of your room, and it doesn't look good. So fight the urge. I apologize, there's construction going on next door too, so the recording's gonna be a little noisy. So 1/4 inch gap. I know it's a little off, but this is stretchy, and I'm gonna put it where I want it and staple it so it stays put for me. 1/4 inch gap here. This has a top and a bottom. This has something called spill guard. So this top keeps liquid from seeping down through into the foam. And comes on a roll, just like your carpet. You can cut off what you need for a small room or get a whole roll. I'm doing the living room as well, so I got the whole roll. And now I'm gonna cut it about a 1/4 inch shy of the wall. And then staple it down. So I am cutting this foam with Cutco scissors. Not a sponsor, sadly. All I can really tell you is it seems like the cheaper the foam, the harder it is to cut, believe it or not. Because these are just chunks of different foam kind of glued together. The more expensive stuff is a little bit more tightly packed and it cuts better. I've cut this with scissors, I've cut it with knives, I've cut it with razor blades. A really good pair of scissors seems to work best. So I got the carpet laid down. I stapled down the foam. I'm ready to start trimming and stretching it. A good idea is to run it up the walls on all 4 sides, because chances are your walls could have bows in them,
or the room could be out of square. But I tucked it into these two corners. And I got the sun beating on it on a hot day with the window open. So it should be nice and stretchy. So I'm going to trim it around the heater. And then I'll trim it along the walls, stretch it. And if there's too much slack, I'll trim it again and stretch it again. And make this happen. I have a few different tools here. This is my go-to carpet knife. It's got this for tucking things in the corners and this side for cutting. But let me warn you, unless you plan to do this for a living or your whole house or over and over again, you might want to just struggle through this with a regular utility blade, because this thing is deadly. A lot of people wind up having accidents with these. They kneel on them, they aren't careful enough with them. First thing you'll notice is that you need to go to the emergency room for stitches. Then the thing you'll notice later is that you've destroyed your carpet with blood. So it's very sharp, it does its job extremely well, but it's very dangerous. If you're just going to do one room and never do it again, I would tough it out with the utility blade. This is an inexpensive version of the knife that you use to tuck and trim along the wall. It's about 17 bucks. For 50 bucks you can get the professional model, but I don't know. I got this one, so I'm going to use it, but I'm wishing I had gotten the professional model because I've used it many times and I think the professional model would have been easier. Oh well. Alright, let's see this knife in action here. So I'm going to trim a little bit right here. And I'm going to trim a little bit right here where the water line is. One good thing about carpet is it's got a grid on the back, so kind of easy to see what you're doing. See if I can't fight this into position. Oh, the higher the quality of the carpet, the tougher it is. I'll do that again over here. And here. Alright, I think it'll be easier if I try to tuck this in now. I'm gonna go a little further. Maybe not. Maybe I should just hit it with the stretcher. No, this has to get cut a little more, I think. And this. Careful on that tack strip, it will rip you up. Alright, I think I'm ready to start tucking and stretching and cutting. Careful I don't cut my other hand with the sharp end. Gonna cut this corner so it'll relax. Put that somewhere safe so it doesn't cut me. adjust this so the blade sticks out a little past the tucking point, this being the tucking point, and cut and tuck. And I'll have to clean up some of the strings that didn't cut with this, but I did a pretty good job. Again, find that corner so you don't cut it out in the middle by accident. Pretty good. This takes a lot of patience. You may have to do this several times, especially if you're just learning. I'm not really a carpet master, but at least it's not my first time, you know? We're going to do the same thing along this wall, except we're going to stop when we get to the door because I want to leave a flap that goes out the door. So I stopped way short of the door because I want to trim this very carefully by hand. So tuck that in. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is cut it long because I can always come back and take off more. I know they call it the carpet stretcher, but you can only stretch it so much. Do the same thing over here. And I'll just keep trimming it closer and closer till I get it perfect.
So before I start hitting the kicker with my knee and stretching the carpet, I picked up my sharp tools and put them out of the way. Two reasons for that. One obviously is I don't have to worry about losing them, getting my feet cut up or anything like that with them, tripping over them, damaging the rug or myself. Second is heard a horror story one time about a guy who was using that, and as he went to hit it with his knee, he didn't realize it, but this had fallen between his knee and the pad, and he slammed his knee into this. Wound up going to the emergency room, left a huge puddle of blood in the middle of the carpet. Was not a good day for that guy. So, yeah, nothing sharp on the floor while I'm doing this. Alrighty, folks, I'm going to be using the same carpet in the living room, so I'm going to be splicing them together here. But, all in all, this room is pretty much done. I'm going to let the carpet sit and cook in the heat, and then I'll give it another stretch. Got a little crease here. I stretched it till it went away, but now it's back, so the carpet's obviously expanding. But, yeah. Another stretch or two, and we start moving Junior into his room here. Well, he's not born yet, but his stuff will be in here. You get the point. Thanks for watching.